It would be great. That was the proposal to bring tariffs on all vehicles down to zero was actually part of the TTIP negotiations that was going to be put on the table for further discussion to try to get those down to zero. I think the difficult part is that you hear President Trump continually talking about the differential on autos of 10% in Europe and 2.5% in the United States, but he conveniently leaves out the 25% U.S. tariff on light trucks in the United States. So, these are all these should be parts of negotiations. That would actually be a pretty good agreement if you could take both of those tariffs down to something close to zero. But it's hard to imagine the Trump administration making that offer on pickup trucks. We like our pickup trucks in the United States, and that's an area of very high protectionism in the United States. It'll be hard to see him make that offer, but that is the offer that ought to be on the table.
It's not just you guys that like them. Obviously, European car manufacturers like the fact that you like them, Tony. I've got to ask you, though, the US has used this national security pretext for steel and aluminium, potentially going to do the same with these car imports. European officials I've spoken to over the last few months have repeatedly laughed that off as a reasonable pretext for imposing these tariffs. But they've got no swift recourse to overturn that as a decision. So I just wonder, do people in DC that you speak to acknowledge that this is an abuse of the system, as the Europeans call it?
Yeah, I think most people outside of the White House actually do see it as an abuse of the system and don't agree with this tack. I think there's the business community in the United States and a lot of the trade community in the United States recognizes that using national security to impose trade restrictions, trade sanctions, is a Pandora's box that once you do that, any country can do that. So they're thinking of the long term, that this is a dangerous path to go and would prefer that the United States not go in this direction. Certainly not with autos. I mean, they felt it was a stretch on steel and aluminum, but certainly could not be the case with autos. We produce so many autos here in the United States. So it's kind of a ridiculous way to go, and they're very worried about it.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.